Imagine being forced into an arena, armed with nothing but a sword and your will to survive, while thousands cheer for your blood. Now, imagine turning that cage into the spark of one of the greatest uprisings in history. That's exactly what Spartacus did, a gladiator who rose from slavery to lead an army that shook the very foundations of Rome. Today, we're diving into the Spartacus Rebellion, the story of courage, desperation, and one man who dared to defy the empire. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll see why Spartacus isn't just a name from history, but a symbol of freedom that still inspires us today. To understand Spartacus, you need to understand the Rome he lived in. The Roman Republic in the 1st century BCE was powerful, but built on inequality. Imagine society as a massive pyramid. On top, the senators and generals dripping with wealth and luxury. In the middle, free Roman citizens, farmers and tradesmen. And at the very bottom, slaves, millions of them.
They were prisoners of war, debtors, or simply victims of Rome's hunger for conquest. And they weren't just cleaning homes, they were working farms, mines, and yes, fighting and dying as gladiators for Roman entertainment. Now here's the twist. Rome loved freedom, at least for its citizens, but it denied that very freedom to the people who built its empire. And Spartacus? He was caught right in the middle of this contradiction. Spartacus wasn't born in chains. He was a Thracian, likely from modern-day Bulgaria or somewhere nearby. A fierce warrior by nature, he once served in the Roman army, but later found himself enslaved, possibly for desertion or defiance. And here's where his fate took a brutal turn. He was sent to a gladiator school in Capua, near Naples. Picture this. A stone fortress where men trained like animals, living each day knowing the arena could be their grave. But Spartacus wasn't just another fighter. He had leadership written all over him. The other gladiators trusted him, respected him, and together they began to whisper the unthinkable: escape. In 73 BCE, about 70 gladiators made their move. Armed with nothing more than kitchen knives and whatever they could grab, they stormed out of the school. It was chaos. But against the odds, they overpowered the guards, broke free, and seized wagons of weapons meant for gladiatorial games. Think about that for a second. Slaves turning their tools of entertainment into tools of war. From there, they fled to Mount Vesuvius, the same volcano that would later bury Pompeii. There, Spartacus and his followers prepared for Rome's retaliation. But instead of being crushed quickly, this ragtag group turned into a rebel army. Word spread like wildfire. Slaves from farms, mines, and households ran to join Spartacus. What started with 70 gladiators soon grew into tens of thousands. Some estimates say over 70,000 rebels. This wasn't just a prison break anymore. This was war. Rome sent soldiers, thinking they'd squash the rebellion easily. But Spartacus was brilliant. He used guerrilla tactics, ambushes, hit-and-run attacks. He turned the mountains into a fortress, the countryside into a battlefield. Time after time, Roman forces were defeated by an army that wasn't supposed to even exist. For the slaves, Spartacus became a symbol of hope. For Rome, he became a nightmare. Here's where things get fascinating. What did Spartacus actually want? Some historians believe he aimed to march his people north, escape Italy, and return everyone to their homelands. Others suggest he dreamed of something bigger, creating a society free from Roman oppression. We'll never know for sure, but what's clear is this: he wasn't just fighting to survive.
He was fighting to prove that freedom was worth everything. And that's why his rebellion became more than just a slave revolt. It became a movement, shaking the foundations of Roman power. But Rome doesn't forgive easily. Eventually, the Senate unleashed Marcus Licinius Crassus, one of the richest men in Rome. Crassus raised a massive army and built fortifications to trap Spartacus in southern Italy. Spartacus fought fiercely, even breaking through Roman lines at times. But the odds were impossible.
In 71 BCE, the rebellion met its end. Spartacus and his army were crushed in a brutal final battle. His body was never found. Some say he died fighting like the warrior he had always been. To send a message, Rome crucified 6,000 captured rebels along the Appian Way, the road leading to Rome, a chilling warning to anyone else who dared dream of freedom. The Spartacus rebellion failed militarily, but it succeeded in another way. It revealed Rome's deepest hypocrisy, an empire built on freedom that thrived on slavery. Spartacus became a legend, not because he won, but because he dared to fight. His name still stands as a symbol of courage, resistance, and the eternal human desire to be free.